What's up, YouTube? This is Too Raw for TV. Saquon Barkley apparently will sit out the Philadelphia Eagles' final regular season game this Sunday, denying himself the chance at breaking Eric Dickerson's NFL single-season rushing record. Barkley will finish the season with 2,005 rushing, just 101 yards shy of breaking Dickerson's record of 2,105 yards set with the Los Angeles Rams back in 1984. The Eagles, who are 13-3, clinched the NFC East and the number 2 seed in the conference, leaving little reason for him to play on Sunday's home game against the Giants. Eagles coach Nick Sirianni declined Wednesday to announce outright which starters would play and which ones would sit out, saying of Barkley, he'll probably be someone that sits. Sirianni said he talked with Barkley in his first season with the Eagles after 6 years with the Giants about his decision. Sirianni said, I think it's pretty obvious how special this guy is. Win, lose, or tie against the Giants, the Eagles will host the Packers or Commanders in a wild card playoff game. And, I guess somewhere Eric Dickerson is smiling and celebrating because he really seriously cherishes that record. And, at the end of the day, I guess it's like this, there might be people who are fans of Saquon Barkley who, from an individual standpoint, want him to play and to break the record. And he probably would have, being that he only needed 101 yards to do it, albeit, there's an extra game played now than when the time Eric Dickerson did it. But then at the same time, when Eric Dickerson broke the record, which was previously held by O.J. Simpson, there was 2 more games that season than there was during the 70s. But this is the thing. I think everybody would agree that there is always, within a game, considering the nature of football, there's always this small chance of an injury, just on a per-game basis. It's a little bit different than baseball, a little bit different than basketball, where there's always a risk of injury, but with football, it's heightened, even with the relaxed rules and slight diminishing physicality. There's still always, obviously, a chance of injury, and you don't want to risk injury when it's not needed. So when you look at the grand scheme of things, even though it can be disappointing, I'm pretty sure it's disappointing to from a personal standpoint for Saquon Barkley. He probably will never admit it. But if the Eagles can win a championship, a Super Bowl, then I think pretty much that would more than make up for him losing a chance at history. But at the same time, I'm pretty sure if the Eagles don't win a Super Bowl, and especially if somehow they lose the wild card game, then people are going to say, man, that was a lost opportunity at something, a lost opportunity at history being made, et cetera, et cetera. You know what I'm saying? Me personally, though, if I was him, I would go for it because you don't have these types of years more than, and look, most players don't even, what's their average length of a football career? Like 4 years now? 3 or 4 years? I remember some years ago, they said the average length of a running back's career was 4 seasons. Most players who play in the NFL are not even Pro Bowlers, obviously. And, to rush for 1,000 or 1,500 yards is great. For you to rush for 2,000 yards, I think there's only been I think, 8 guys or something like that. There's only been a handful of players that have done that. OJ, Dickerson, Barkley now, uh, Henry a couple years ago. I think Adrian Peterson did it. Terrell Davis, Barry Sanders. What is that, 7? Yeah, about 8 or 9 guys have done it. What's the guy named? Jamal Lewis, I think, did it. Says 8. Like 8 or 9 guys, maybe 10 guys have done it. So it's not something that's done frequently. And with the added game to the season, Saquon Barkley was in an excellent position to make history. So look, like I said, if I were him, I definitely would want to break that record just to go down in immortality. Yes, people are going to say you had the extra game to do it, but I mean, it still is a remarkable accomplishment. And I wonder if there's any chance that they could change, that they might change their stance on that. I doubt it if this is the official stance they've taken, but I wonder if maybe at the last minute they'll change their mind, let him go for it. I mean, me personally, I wouldn't force the issue with it, but I would give him a chance to break the record. I mean, like I said, chances are he's not going to have another season like this in his career. I mean, think about it. The guys who rush for 2,000 yards in a season, when I look at it, it seems like after that was like the apex of their career. And then afterward, it was a slow decline. Whatever, all the people I can think of who did that. So, that's how I look at it, at least. So anyway, I guess he's being, you can't accuse him of being a selfish guy. You can't accuse him of being a selfish guy. And he's putting team before his own personal interests, and that's what you want in a player. But anyway, that's all I got to say about it. Tell me what you guys think.